Welcome to Lightboard Learning, where we discuss coaching principles. Today I want to discuss exercise pairing and why we pair some exercises with others and the intention behind that. So first I want to talk about three things and three considerations that we should keep in mind when pairing exercise. Efficiency, are you being specific or are you trying to overload? And that's really important to understand before you go into TrueCoach or before you go to your whiteboard and throw your exercises onto a board. So first, let's start with efficiency. So if you have a client that wants to go into the gym and they want to finish their exercise session in less than 60 minutes, and you have a number of patterns that you want to hit inside of that session, you're probably thinking, I want to make this session as efficient as possible. So if that's the case, you're going to pair exercises that are using either opposing or non-competing muscle groups. So today I just laid out a back squat and a seated dumbbell press. That could be, if you were doing a lower body split, a back squat and a hamstring curl. So you can understand how those muscle groups that you're using are just not competing or they're complementary. Next, you may want to be specific with a certain client. So let's say that you have a client and you want to improve their back squat 1RM. You're probably not going to go A1, A2, A3, A4 with a bunch of different patterns if your goal and your intention is to increase the back squat 1RM. So think about laying out the back squat with a lot of rest, and you're going to do that for sets and sets and sets instead of supersetting or tri-setting or even giant setting that back squat. And finally, if the intention is to overload a specific pattern or a specific exercise, here's one way to do it. So here we're overloading the knee flexion pattern or the squat pattern. So we have a back squat, then we have a dumbbell walking lunge, and then finally we have a jump squat. So what you can see here is that we start more compound, and as we go lower throughout the letters or throughout the numbers, we're getting less compound, right? So back squat may be 200 pounds, the dumbbell walking lunge may be 50 pounds per hand, and the jump squat is just with body weight. So those are three things that you consider when you are thinking about what exercises go where inside of your clients' training programs.